The purpose of our coming here is to share the vision and mission of a concept that is called Go Nations. But in order to give it the weight and the clarity that it deserves, please allow me to share, first of all, a background of where we are coming from. Maybe that will give you a better understanding of what I'm trying to present to you. My name is John Wilfred Mulinde, and I lead a ministry called World Trumpet Mission, which ministry established this prayer mountain of the Lord. The calling of the World Trumpet Mission came to me and to the team that I was with. First of all, it came to me in 1987. Then again in a visitation the Lord gave us in 1988. And it was basically a call to prepare the nations, but particularly the church, for the second coming of the Lord. And from 1988, that's when we established the ministry called World Trumpet Mission, being a mission to the world to blow the trumpet of the coming of the Lord. And we laid down our lives. I can say that for myself. I laid down my life. I laid down my education. I laid down my job. And even the things my father had given me to start on building my life, I laid them down. And we went out into the war-torn district then of Luwero and started work there. And we continued going to other parts of the world, of the country, until 1995. In 1995, something happened that threatened to tear apart the ministry. And it started among the ministers, the key leaders, and began to grow and was growing very fast, threatening to tear apart the ministry. Now, I was like so many other ministers. I loved the ministry the Lord had made me start. I was willing to pay any price for it. And I say to the Lord, I will do anything to save this ministry. Please just give me guidance. And the guidance he brought was, take a fast of 30 days. And I gladly did that. And immediately I started the fast, he began to show me the works of the devil in our midst. And how we were blind-hooded and how we were being confused. And he was showing me each person one by one and the extent of the attack. And it took about 14 or 10 days, after which he began to give me solutions. This is what you will do. This is what you will say to this one. And this is what you will, how you will guide it all. After about 2 weeks, the problem was so clear to me, and the solutions were so clear to me. I was excited and I wanted to go forth and put into implementation. But I still had another 2 weeks to go, because I had made a vow to take 30 days. And I was wondering, what am I going to do with these 2 weeks? The things that brought me to the fast, I have already received the solutions. So I went before the Lord and prayed, Master, may I break this fast? so that I can go and obey what you have given me and implement everything as you've shown me. And the Lord spoke a word to me that totally changed my life. And this is what it said. If all you care for and all you can see is the ministry in your life and the calling on your life, if that is all you see, I want you to know today, you will never accomplish it. And I was so confused. I said, Lord, these two, the question and the answer do not connect. I don't understand. And he said to me, all you care about and all you want to fight for is your calling and your ministry. You are not aware that your calling is dependent on the work of many other people. And your ministry will never get to the fulfillment unless it connects rightly with other ministries. And then he asked me a question. Do you know what I'm doing in your nation? I said no. And then he asked another question. Do you know what I'm doing in the nations of the world? I said no. Then he asked me another question. If you do not understand what I'm doing in the nations, how can you be part of the Great Commission? Because the Great Commission is an assignment to go disciple nations. And if you are not part of the Great Commission, what are you part of? I could borrow these questions and give them to you. Do you know what God is doing in Uganda? And are you part of it? Do you know what God is doing in the nations? And are you part of it? And if you by chance do not know, how are you involved in the Great Commission? Because the Great Commission is an assignment to go and disciple nations. And if you are perchance not involved in the Great Commission, then what are you involved in?